right. Let's go. It's ORRION online. That's Orion online. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we're here for another round of Homeboy Talk. Let's make some moves with my homeboy.
What's going on, people? My name is Deon Donovan, creator at Title Page Comics. Let's get this new episode, Homeboy Talk. With the times that we are currently living in, virtual reality has seemingly become more integrated with our everyday life. We have virtual consoles now, virtual concerts. Travis Scott and the Marshmallow DJ performing in Fortnite. We have comic book signings virtually and meet certain guests at conventions virtually now. Everything is done over Zoom and Google Hangouts. And this is now starting to extend over towards YouTubers, where not only are they their own selves, but now we're having almost imaginary fake personalities that are caricatures and characters with virtual vTubers, virtual tubers, who are essentially like the Gorillaz musical band, acting out as a character and interacting with people live and on the fly. And this kind of interaction where it's not where the person is masquerading as a cartoon or whatever, this kind of interaction is quickly gaining steam, man. And what do you have to think of and say about all this momentum that it's having?
I feel like every day is Freaky Friday. I'm going to tell you why I feel like every day is Freaky Fridays, because we're losing human interaction. Now it's being replaced to virtual reaction, virtual reality. Like it's really crazy that, you know, virtual reality is now becoming a thing. It's not where it needs to be at right now, but it's coming in hot. You know, it's something that to look out for. You can see the evolution of virtual coming into our reality, and we already got our technology augmenting our reality right now with holograms and stuff. You know, Japan already has played the heartstrings of you know, fans with hologram concerts with Hatsune Miku, and a lot of and there's a huge market in the Japanese market, you know, for an idol, like Japanese market for Hatsune Miku, and there's some idol masters out there and everything else, you know. So there's idols out there that they're praising, which is a virtually developed CG character in a hologram form that's getting a full-blown concert like an actual person would have, you know? Yeah. Like, I'm talking about, like, arena size. Damn. You know? It's the fact that we've already have our reality augmented with idols that we had passed away. We had Tupac showing up in Coachella. We had Michael Jackson come back in a music award, you know, in hologram form. And there is it's a hard pill to swallow. It's something that's hard to just, like, you know, to digest, that we can bring back to life your idols in hologram form. But now it's getting scarier to the point where now, like, we have currently users out there who just letting their inner weebs come out and falling in love, not with streamers, but VTubers, interacting VTubers, straight up designed as a waifu, straight up anime head to toe, anime hair, anime clothing line, and using their anime voice. Like, some of these girls, they really pull off a good anime voice, stuff like that, and they lean into it hard along with a virtual character. So it's like, if you watch anime and you see a character development and all stuff like that, and you fall in love with just the anime character that's not interacting with you and stuff like that, you know, that's a weeb to a third degree. But now you're actually falling in love with somebody that's able to say hi to you in a chat. That's that's weeb territory to the extreme times 10. Or that power level is over 9,000 almost, you know. But VTubers is becoming a thing, and it's coming in hot. And it's been going on, and kids are falling in love with the whole VTuber lifestyle, you know, because of kids they love the interaction with a virtual character and stuff like that. In fact, they're already playing with virtual characters already, because video games is a huge market. It's overtaking Hollywood. Hollywood, they're struggling to fight video games right now because you could build a better connection with a character in a game than in a movie. A movie will hold your attention for about hour and a half, 2 hours. A game, it could take days, weeks, or a month to beat, but you have a personal connection with that character. And it's caught me sometimes at playing games like Death Stranding and God of War, and so many similar games like Final Fantasy. Like you have an emotional connection with a character, but now there's a new floodgate of connection with a character, and I don't want to mention a lot of like VTubers that's already out there, but Japan, there's a huge market for it, and I'm seeing what's going on there. They're using motion capture technology. Some of them are limited, and some of them is actually fully, innovative, and it's crazy. Like the ones I'm seeing recently in the VTuber world is facial capture. There's no arm movements, no nothing. It's just facial capture, eyes, nose, and lips and stuff like that. So the lip does the best job to sink in with the character. The hair moves and stuff like that. And all they do is just put on a character voice, and that's not their real voice. Some girls that it is their real voice, they can't help it, Yeah. But they hide behind an anime character and they interact and stuff, And then you got some who is able to be a full body motion capture, bodysuit that translates very well into a virtual character. So now they're able to dance in a green screen, and it's almost like seeing Hatsune Miku, but somebody's embodying Hatsune Miku full on form. We're talking about like, fingers moving, hands moving, exactly how a human flows, right? Computer still's got a little bit more to travel, but we're seeing some articulation going on with these virtual characters. They're, in a sense, the new age puppets, like, as kids, we love Sesame Street, so we like, we resonated with puppets. So these kids now, they're falling in love with virtual puppets, right. And with articulations and going on and being behind a green screen where they could be anywhere in the world and have special guests with anybody. It's gotten to the point where now you have full grown adults in Japan, 20, 25-year-olds, and I see a market for it because they have a wallpaper of their VTuber. They have merchandise of this VTuber, and we have no idea who the fuck is behind that VTuber's body. That persona is somebody behind the screen, right, who could look like anybody. She's probably just shy, little, could be even a dude. But you got or a shy closet geek or whatever. But being in motion capture. Just like small production team, a girl being a personality and maybe another dude that's out there that knows the mechanics of how to make sure the virtual character is always in sync with the actress and stuff, and it's just gotten different. But you've mentioned one character alone that's skyrocketed, and Project Melody has skyrocketed. I got to get your insights, man. What is the deal with Project Melody?
Well, Project Melody, I believe, has actually been banned from Twitch. I'm not sure for legal ramifications or they're just making too much money, and Twitch feels like they should have more of a piece of that. But, I mean, we have, like, Hatsune Miku was really almost like a pioneer of all this shit. And I like that correlation you made between this is a new age version of puppets. Because we did like puppets back in the day. We did like the Muppets and Sesame Street and Crank Yankers and all. And My Cousin Skeeter. We had an interaction, but it was a show. There was no interaction between us and what we were seeing. We were presented with a storyline or information, educational, and then that was it. This is like you're interacting with almost like a character. It's almost as if like you're interacting with Mickey Mouse, and Mickey Mouse is saying hi back to you. Or Bugs Bunny, you know what I'm saying? But it's not those characters. It's just people's own creations that you care and like, that a person cares and likes about. So I like the analogy that you made, that this is the new age form of puppets with CGI backgrounds and motion capturing, and it's only going to continue. The market for this is untapped. I mean, it's being tapped right now, but who knows? Like, I mean, we might be on some Ready Player One shit, you know what I'm saying? Or some Matrix type shit, Blade Runner or whatever, where, you know, that human interaction is really going out the window, where we're so out of touch with each other, we're so out of tension with each other, we're so out of tune with each other that we're relating to cartoons and we're relating to fake personalities because it's easier that way, because there is no conflict. There is no sense of rejection. You know, if you interact with this VTuber, more than likely they're going to interact with you in some kind of shape or form or way. And you're interacting with it with other people with no judgment. There is no rejection. There is no, there is no real hard reaction to this VTuber or this cartoon character that you're interacting with. And so I feel like, is it a step in the right direction of society? I mean, who knows? But I don't think that it's particularly healthy if you're spending hours upon hours upon hours with a VTuber and you're not really talking to real life people. I mean, video games, I know you're online or you're playing the game, you're not really communicating with people. But I mean, online gaming, you can talk to people, you can talk to friends. There's that interaction there. And it's almost like some of these games like reading a story. It's like reading a book, and you're not really interacting with people. But with this, it's almost addictive because it becomes your only source of interacting with somebody, and it's not based in reality. It's fake. I mean, can you imagine? It gets to the point where you create your own caricature when there's a software that will, I mean, there's video games like dating sims and shit like this, where you create a caricature and then that caricature reacts to you, where if you touch their hand, she might react, or if you say a phrase, that the character can react a certain way, to the point where you don't even need the VTuber, you don't even need the puppet behind the puppeteer behind it. The AI controls it. A program controls it, and they have all the different sayings that you want and all the different interactions. You know, that could be way down the line, but you know, it is getting into a very different territory now, where even virtually, if it's one thing, if it's, you know, it's just a person behind the screen, and now we're getting to the point where we don't even like human interaction, where we're going for cartoon characters and something that's fake and not even real, to a point where we feel like it's something. Human interaction is going to be very, very off in the future. I mean, it already is off now, but VTubing and these virtual streamers is going to, I think it will continue to get big, especially with the pandemic going on and people more locked in homes. I think that one of them will reach, like Project Melody, will even grow even further to where you might even see, they might get a YouTube series or a Netflix special or whatever, and they start branding themselves. And now there's t-shirts where they become almost like a Hatsune Miku, and they have thousands of Patreon subscribers. So to the point where how everyone's flocking to OnlyFans, right? Well, now the playing field is a little bit even, because you don't even need to look good. You don't need to be sexy. You don't age. It's literally a cartoon character that can continue on for as long as possible. Even after you pass away, someone can take on that mantle just with a slightly different voice and continue on that caricature. So it levels the playing field, where you don't got to be a thought. You don't got to be a baddie. You know, you just got to know how to please the crowd a bit. You create your character, you go online, and you could get a following, make some money. I understand some people were upset, like on OnlyFans or whatever, that this virtual stuff is happening, because, you know, it's like they're not even real. But you know, he can't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying? There's only, you know, I mean, hell, there's a lot of sim bucks out there, and some of that sim bucks ain't gonna come to you. You know, so you might have to make your own little 3D model version of yourself, you know, and dig into it a little bit. But the virtual shit is just very interesting, man. A little bit scary, because again, that Ready Player One shit where we're now interacting virtually on everything to the point where you don't even want to interact with people. I mean, we're all wearing masks. We're all keeping away with each other. You walk by somebody, you don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? Someone walks in, you try to stay away from them. Almost like we're being programmed to not interact with people anymore, slowly but surely. I mean, everything's becoming digital. Currency's becoming digital. Everything's like, we're about to be fucking Digimon. Just enter the digital world. You know, and maybe some of us will maybe Digivolve or whatever, but it's kind of exciting in certain ways of the aspects of what's happening, but it's also a little bit scary where this is the future, and the future is always a little bit scary. You always fear the unknown, and we don't know where this is going to lead us and down the line, especially in the social media age, especially in this gaming age. We don't know exactly where this is going to land us as a society. I mean, relationships are already strained where guys are marrying love pillows or marrying their video game characters. Now you tell me there's a streamer, a virtual cartoon that can interact with you even better than what they had before. You know what I'm saying? Guys are gonna eat that up to a certain degree. So I mean, with that, dude, good luck. Good luck to all those guys out there who, you know, want a balanced life, but could potentially get sucked into this shit.
It's definitely a black hole. Yeah. Definitely a black hole. This is Black Mirror at its finest. Because virtual reality and augmented reality is altering our actual reality, you know? Pokemon Go, you saw that. Yeah. Skyrocketed. To this day, I'm still surprised people still playing Pokemon Go. Right. That's the thing, you know? Augmenting reality, throwing an actual virtual Pokeball at a virtual character in your own reality, you know? And act like you're actually playing, you're being a Pokemon master right now, you know? Catch them all, you know? They hook you in, you know? And what's so crazy? There was a well-known Twitch streamer named Pokimane. And she started off as just a streamer. The only way she was able to keep people's attention, and you know what, call it how I see it, but she's got to cake herself up to look presentable when she streams and stuff like that. Yeah. And God love all the women and stuff like that, but to do that every day, to cake yourself up to look, to look amazing for pictures, videos, and all that stuff like TikTok, it's a task. It's one of the tedious tasks that women's got to do, to look presentable in public. It's to cake up. And Pokemon has been, it's been one of those women on Twitch. And when she takes that makeup off, yeah, she don't look like the Pokemon you recognize. She looks like the same girl that you see at Starbucks ordering a latte. But yeah, Pokimane. I'm sorry. She went the VTuber route and stuff, and she's trying out that field and stuff, and it was half hated, half well received. Some of the VTubers was freaking out because she's a shining figure in the Twitch community as a streamer, and it's almost like you're leaning into their playground, and it's like, why is somebody this big coming into my park? Like, I don't want to share the playground with her. Right. So Pokimane is out here doing the VTuber world. Then you got some of the virtual girls or VTuber girls. They're like, welcome her in because it's giving us light. It's coming out like that loophole of like, us VTubers are out there trying to do it, and we're trying to get more eyes into our product, as VTubers. So it's like it's one of those things. It's great marketing to become a character and stuff, Like, I already knew that they were testing this out, but it's skyrocketed when you give it to the users. When you give it to the users, like computers today are making motion quality pictures already. You know, like an indie film could look like a legit film and to be a part of the silver screen now. Once you have the ability to do it as a user, cameras are amazing these days. People who's doing post-production, making it look like cinematic and everything else, it's looking incredible. I already knew that they did some kind of social experiment. It's not a social experiment, but it's more of a promo. But I know Nintendo gave it a trial, and I know Sonic gave it a trial when Sonic movie came out. Mario did it first because the voice actor Charles Martinet, or I think it's Martinet. He did I think it was a E3 thing where he actually played as Mario as a virtual character, and he like a screen, like a LED screen or something like that, interacting with kids. So the Mario pretty much acted as a puppet, and he's just a voice actor, and he's able to say the name of these kids and stuff like that. So like, hello, how are you doing? You know, so it's already there. You know, he's the puppet master of Mario. You know, and the fact that you're letting Mario interact with you and saying your name, like that's groundbreaking enough. You know, you want more of it.
Right. They did this at Universal Studios too with the Chucky. Yeah. There used to be a ride or whatever. And they have a Chucky doll being puppeteered. They brought the original voice actor from the movies there, and he'd have a camera, and he'd look and see, and Chucky would interact with the guests. I forgot Chucky's play, whatever. But Chucky would interact with the guests as Chucky, and you'd be like, "Wait, this can't be real. It's a puppet." He'd be like, "Yeah, you, dumbass. I'm looking at you, the one that just turned your head." You're like, "What the fuck?" Like, it's Chucky interacting with me, and so. Like you said, they're continuing. That was just a small taste of things to come.
Yeah, and you know they did it with Sonic promo. The actor, what's his name?
Actor for Sonic?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember the voice actor.
They tried him out. They did a promo where they puppeteered the actual Sonic model, and he was interacting with kids. It's like, hey, how are you? You know, are you gonna see my movie? That's awesome. And I was like, see, it's already embedded. People like the interaction with the virtual character, you know. It's going to be in due time where, you know, Hollywood or corporations going to be like, wait, there's money to be made to invest in virtual characters. What's it going to take for me to go and hire my voice actor that did Mario or that did Sonic and stuff like that and put them behind a Twitch platform, you know, because Twitch is blowing up. They already got Logic. They got T-Pain. Imagine getting the voice actor of Mario to be on Twitch, interacting as just Mario, and to promote this, bro. I'm about to make Nintendo a lot of money, but what if they took Charles Martinet, and he does plethora of voices. He does Mario, he does Luigi, he does Waluigi, he does Wario. But imagine if they would have did a Twitch stream where they had like the Mario world in the background and it's just Mario facing a camera and stuff like that, like he's on a laptop and stuff like that in Mario world, and he's promoting Super Nintendo World, you know, and interacting with guests, stuff like that. And this is like every hour I'm going to give people free tickets. Come on, you know, bruh. The marketing that would break the internet. If I shit you not, if you even got this voice actor to link, that will break the internet. You know, it's making money already. You got Master Chief on itself. Like if you take these virtual characters that the people interact with on a day-to-day basis in these games and stuff like that, imagine them being puppeteered by the voice actors to interact with the crowd stuff. You know.
And that does it for today's episode. Thank you for lending your ears for another episode of Homeboy Talk.
It's ORRION getting ready to end things off. Like and comment, dislike if you ain't feeling the content. Download the discussion from SoundCloud. Big shout out to you for being a part of the crowd. Follow us on every popular social media platforms in the discussion below. Orion Online, offline.
And that's the bottom line, because Homeboy Talk said so.